Devastating stat here. 1 in 10 children will experience sexual abuse. There's a group right now in our area that's trying to do something about it. So with us today, we've got Tammy Rust, as well as Pat Trainer to talk about Stand to Protect. So really tough topic. So to both of you, thanks so much for being here. What is Stand to Protect?
Well, Stand to Protect is a program that is out in the community teaching parents and adults of all ages, grandparents, people who are in the professions serving youth in our community, 10 steps how to prevent child sexual abuse. Our program is really the product of people, experts in this field, who just said enough, and they kind of shaped an uprising and developed this program. The research basis was provided for us by NDSU. They did a literature review of all research in this area over the past 10 years, and that formed the basis of our curriculum. So now we're out in the community teaching people our program at businesses, churches, schools, many different places in the community.
So obviously we want to eradicate this. I mean, when you look at those numbers, you think 1 in 5 girls, and you walk into a classroom today, there's 20 girls there. That means 4 girls are being abused? That number just seems staggering to me.
It is, and the reason that people aren't aware of this is because there is so much shame, and often there are threats by perpetrators, or there are many reasons why children don't disclose. So we see it as really a hidden health crisis in our community. Because there is such a low rate of disclosure. Only about 16% of children will tell during childhood that they're being sexually abused. So again, it's going on all around us. And really the people that we work with every day, there are many survivors among us as well. So it's really just time that we do something about it.
So speaking of that, Pat, we'll go to you about taking action. You're a man of action. You're the one that kind of kicked off this whole Giving Hearts Day. What can people be doing today to help eradicate child abuse?
Well, we want you to stand to protect. Number one, that you would invite Tammy and a group of 30 trainers that have been educated on this program, the 10 warning signs, of grooming and things like that every adult should join us in standing to protect children. So you could contact Tammy Rust, who's at Dakota Medical Foundation, leading this with a group of experts and all these trainers. It's a community-led initiative. We just house it at Dakota Medical. But you can go online at givingheartsday.org and contact, give $10 and stand to protect children. And we can end this, and we can start it today by every adult getting this training of awareness of how do we prevent this from happening in the first place.
Tammy, I got about 60 seconds left, but I think Pat brought up a key word there, the word grooming. And that's one of those things that you watch some of these guys, like the old Penn State coach, and they just, it's sick, but it happens. How can people be aware of that to make sure it's not happening? Yeah,
90% of children who are abused are abused by somebody known to them or to the family. And it's just a process, a behavior pattern that abusers use to ingratiate themselves to the child, and oftentimes even to the family of that child, so that they can get next to them, giving them special gifts, talking to them about, hey, let's have a secret around candy or alcohol if it's an older child, and then just looking for those opportunities to get alone with a child. So in addition to teaching that whole grooming process, and it's longer than that, we don't want people to be afraid of their children having good mentoring relationships. So we also talk about in our program about how adults can trust others and be vigilant, and also when they're not around and their child has been left alone with a babysitter or another adult, just how they can intervene and just be a party in that relationship. So we don't want people to be frightened, or we just want them to be informed.
Yeah. Thanks you guys for being here. Thanks for what you're doing. You want to give us a quick update on Giving Hearts Day, sir?
Let's take a look. It was at 4.9 million. I've got let's refresh. I am at 5.1 million, wow. 9,100 Giving Hearts.
Congratulations.
Isn't that amazing?
Go to givingheartsday.org. Check out Stand to Protect and many more. Thanks for all you guys are doing, and stick around. We got much more coming up right after this.
Thank you, Chris.